This video is a bit of a combined one on material that's in many other videos. Just a bit of a crash course here on how to simplify indices. Indices just means powers, and in year 8 you learn a couple of power laws. So for example, if you see the same building block physically twice on the page, then you get to add the powers. Same works with algebra. If you see the same base physically twice in a divided by situation, you get to subtract the powers, even if that leads to a negative. Same works with algebra, and same works if it's a fraction. And finally, if you see just one instance of this base, but with a little cascade of powers, so a power of a power, you get to multiply the powers. And again, the same works if it's algebra there. So, I mean, there are some other index things as well, which are covered in other videos. So anything to the power of 0 is 1. Fractional powers just mean roots, but I won't deal with that in this video. Maybe I'll mention it briefly. A to the power of half just means the square root of a. A to the power of the third just means the cube root of a. And if there's one with a fraction, that means the fifth root of a, but when then the result is powered up by 4. But these little subtleties you can see in other videos. Search for fractional powers or power of 0. What I'm going to talk about now is just some examples of using these index laws here. So, classic example, 5a squared times 3a to the power of 4. I can see a twice, so I add the powers. Adding those powers doesn't mean I should do anything other than multiplication with those. You've been multiplying 5 and 3 for years, that's what that is. 5 over, let's say 15 over 20, a to the power of 4, a to the power of 6. 15 over 20 is 3 over 4. Here's the situation where you subtract the powers, so you could write it like that. But alternatively you could subtract those powers and write the denominator on the bottom. Now, how to handle negative powers is covered in another video. And here's another example. Okay, so here's the situation when we multiply the powers, and so 3 times 2 is 6. 2 squared, however, is 4. So that's pretty straightforward. I'll give you another example. So 5 cubed is 125, because 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. And multiplying those powers, you get those. Now, I'll give you a bit of a monster example just to finish with. Okay, so let's simplify the top first. 3 times 10 is 30. Add those powers, get 6. Cascade of powers down here. Cascade of powers down here. So the answer is, also the next step is 38 to the power of 6 over 100 a to the power of 8. So 30 over 100 is 3 over 10. And you subtract these powers, you get a to the power of 2.